How's it going, everybody? My name's Chris Tendo. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Super Mario RPG. Last time, after finishing up the last little bits of stuff that we had to do in Rose Town, and finally going over that whole treasure, hidden forest maze whole debacle that I've been hinting at for so many episodes, and learning about all the possible outcomes that yields, we decided to make our way to the next location, that being Moleville. But upon entering the world map, we noticed the pipe vault was in between Moleville and Rose Town. Going through it, we went through a little obstacle course, nothing really too interesting. Found a couple enemies and learned about the mysterious Shy Ranger, which we'll get to him later. But upon being spat out the other side of the pipe vault, we find ourselves in a new area. This doesn't seem like a place that moles will vill at, but I say that today we have a little bit shorter episode. Just discover what was at the other end of the pipe vault. First and foremost, we can see that there's a hidden treasure nearby, and I believe we're gonna wanna go here. Yes! Easy frog coin. That is the only hidden box in this whole area, so don't worry about any other mysteries popping up. Making our way down. Yoshi! Yep. We have entered the mysterious Yoshter Isle. And if we were to check the world map, we can see it's just kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Now, the ironic thing about this is that Mario Sunshine would make Yoshi's completely hydrophobic. So how the heck did they get out here? There's really not much to do in Yoshter Isle right now. If we try to talk to them, however, all we get are Yoshi sounds. Doesn't matter who you talk to, doesn't work. What we're gonna wanna do... Mario, glad you finally made it to Yoshter Isle, home of the Mushroom Derby. Say, now that you're here, we could use your help. Please talk to a few of my pals here and... What? You can't understand them? Well, hop aboard. I'll be your interpreter. Yep, now we can finally talk to the Yoshis and see what everyone has to say. Yoshi here is the fastest runner, but he's full of himself. What? Are you cracked? Racing's my life. I could run all day. By the way, you know what I saw not too long ago? A star falling somewhere by Moleville. Interesting. Hey Yoshi, think you can beat the old Boshi today? Well, of course. Here, take my cookies. Good luck, I'm rooting for you. Thanks, I've got major support on my side, so I can probably win today. And we get some free cookies with that. I think I can... No, it doesn't let me go in my inventory just yet. We're gonna be going over those cookies, because those cookies, there's a lot to those. Boshi only races one-on-one, so everyone can't join us. Too bad. It would be so much better if we could all race together. Okay, so it sounds like Boshi's a bit of a bully. Okay, got some mailboxes here. Oh, hey, there's a letter in here, but I can't read it. Maybe I can read it? Honeymoon reservation for 2, Mushroom Travel Agency. I do recall that young couple in the Mushroom Kingdom that were getting eloped. Perhaps they're coming to Yoshi. Mario, you're defying the laws of physics there, buddy. Come on, back on Yoshi. Saddle up, sure thing. Okay, there we go, I had to do that. So, really, there's nothing going on right now in Yoshi Island, or Yoshter Island, I should say, pardon me. You got these little cute huts here. Yeah, nothing really. The only thing that's really worth of note, at least for right now, was the aforementioned Mushroom Derby. We're gonna wanna talk to Boshi himself. So, you brought the cookies? All right, consider yourself lucky today. You've got yourself a race, one-on-one. Hello again. Get ready. The Mushroom Derby is coming up. Want instructions? I'm going to highly recommend here that you listen to the instructions for this, because this game is kind of notorious for people not understanding the controls. Press A and B alternately along with the rhythm. The tighter the rhythm, the faster you go. You are not spamming the buttons. The amount of people that I've seen spam these buttons and wonder why they aren't going anywhere. Oh my goodness. It is a rhythm game. Press Y during the race to eat a cookie. Its energy will help you go faster. Essentially, it's a little speed boost to try to get a couple feet ahead. Want instructions again? No thanks, I'm fine. Keep alternating between A and B in time with the beat. Let's practice. Now this is gonna suck for me because in order for my microphone to not pick up my game audio, I have my TV turned down a little bit. So during the race, I am going to probably be quiet just while I get the time. Okay, yep, there you go. So you're gonna hear a cymbal. That is the beat that you're gonna wanna try to keep. This is as easy as it gets, man. All right, like I said, I'm gonna be quiet. Oh my goodness. Wow, unbelievable. You just beat Boshi. Starting today, Yoshi's the new boss around here. Since when you been able to sprint like that? Oh well, I had my day in the sun. Let me give you a tip. Race someone slow. That way, you'll always be able to stash away the cookies. Well, we don't need a boss. Anyway, I just want to race. Come on, Boshi, let's see what you're made of. All right, just stay out of my way. Oh, here's the cookies stashed for the winner. Thanks to you, Mario, I finally beat that rascal. I almost thought he said racist. I can't, oh my God. My eyes glanced at it for a second and I was like, Yoshi! And we can all race together now. Here's something to remember me by. Yoshi cookies. Okay, these are the item in question that is very, very, very important and will most likely take up the majority of this episode. Next time you're in trouble during battle, use one of these to give me a call. Okay, and going to our items. You can see here we have 3 Yoshi cookies. Summons Yoshi during battle. Amount you can carry is 20. Most people don't utilize these items. They're kind of weird, I'll say. If you don't know the effects ahead of time. Just heal up Gino real quick. So, Yoshi cookies, yes, will essentially be used as a mini summon item if you've played things like Final Fantasy, for instance. But they do have a myriad of other uses. That being, gaining you other items when used against certain enemies. Now, it is a percentage-based chance. But I'm gonna try to get some extra Yoshi cookies. And then I say that we take the rest of this episode to go look back at some enemies and see some notable items that we can farm. There are only 2 known ways to get Yoshi cookies in Mario RPG. And I will be honest, the only real way that you're gonna be doing this is by racing. The second way is much later in the game and is far less efficient. If you wanna hop back on a race, all you gotta do is grab Yoshi, talk to Boshi again, and then you can do another race. This time, the odds on Yoshi are 2 to 1. So, depending on the race, there will be different odds, and then there will be wagers, and I'm not 100% sure, but all I know is that the less the odds are in your favor, and you winning will earn you more cookies. Now, if you earn cookies and you have 20 cookies in your inventory already, they will get stored by one of the Yoshis on Yoshiter Isle. I believe that the number is 200 cookies that can be held. Any cookies that are held beyond the 200 number will get, well, nibbled up, I'll say, by the Yoshi in question holding them, which is basically the game's way of just saying, hey, you have too many, we can't store this many items for you. With all that being said, let's show off one more race. So right here, we can wager our cookies. Right now we have 3. Just in the event I lose, we're going to wager 2 cookies. Just to make sure I still have 1 left over. Congratulations, Yoshi came in first. A prize goes to the winner. So, because the odds were 2 to 1 in our favor, and we got 4 cookies, or we wagered 2 cookies, I think that doubles our winnings. I, off screen, am going to be farming this for a little while, but we don't need to see all of that. So I'm just gonna farm a little bit right now, just so that way we can go into the Yoshi cookie side of this whole episode and see what these things can actually do. So I'm gonna do about 1 or 2 more races. I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have confirmation on this. I have found mixed information online as to how the Yoshi cookie reward system works, but for this specific race, the odds were 1.5 to 1 of us winning. I wagered 2 cookies. So the odds to you winning is a multiplier based on your wager. 1.5 times the 2 cookies earned us 3 cookies. So the higher the number that you have, I ignore what I said before. I'm gonna be honest, I did not have the utmost confidence going into this as to what the reward system was, but now I have 100% confirmation. The higher the odds, the more you should wager, but that is a higher risk, high reward, yada yada. Just try your best and don't lose. These cookies, this is the only way to get them, and I don't know what happens if you run out of cookies entirely. We are back at Mushroom Way to show off this whole Yoshi cookie item thing. This is actually my second time trying to do this Yoshi cookie segment, because the first enemy that I wanted to do this with completely drained my Yoshi cookie supply. It just flat out failed all 7 times. So we're gonna do it on a 100% guaranteed enemy. First, we're just gonna get rid of some of you guys. There we go. Okay. Yoshi cookies. Every enemy in the game, at least I'm almost positive is every enemy in the game, has an item that if Yoshi cookies successfully works, will destroy the enemy and turn into an item in your inventory. If you are fighting an enemy and there is a chance that it could fail, let's say you're fighting Rat Funk enemy, for instance, and it is not a 100% chance. Whatever the roll would be that is not 100%, Yoshi will not just walk away. You have a chance of getting one of two items, that being a Yoshi cookie, or not Yoshi cookie, blah, a Yoshi candy or a Yoshi aid, sort of like a lemonade. Both of these are really good healing items. So even failing still earns you some pretty decent loot. The Goomba here is a 100% chance to get us a mushroom. That is the same in the Super Nintendo version and the Nintendo Switch version. Yes, there are version differences. I am not going to be going over every single one of these, because if I did, we would be here all day. Just go to MarioWiki.com, look up Yoshi Cookies for Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. There's a whole list there of every enemy in the game and what item they give you and the percentage and the version difference. It's so much of this is inconsequential information, but I did make note of every enemy in the game that gives items that you probably are going to want to pick up, either because the item itself is rare, really good, or expensive, and the Yoshi cookie is the best method of doing this. I'm only showing it off on the Goomba right here, who will earn us, well, we'll see in just a second, because it's a 100% chance and I wanted to guarantee show it off. We can see that that's a Yoshi cookie resembling, well, the game Yoshi's Cookie for the Super Nintendo. Or is it the NES? I actually don't know. But we can see right there, we got a mushroom. Now, let's go see what happens when we fail. Back in the pipe vault, the lava bubble is going to be the enemy that you are probably going to want to farm for a little bit to get Yoshi, to get rewards via Yoshi Cookie. They drop a pretty good item. Now let's see if I can get lucky. Okay, right there, we could see that that was a failure and he dropped a Yoshi candy. 100 HP points. That's a really good recovery item, given that most of the recovery items that we're buying right now, that being like mushrooms, are 30 HP points. Now, I don't know if I'm actually going to get this. I'm gonna try 2 more Yoshi cookies, and if it doesn't work, we're just gonna talk about what item this guy gives us, because I don't wanna lower my Yoshi cookie stock too low. All right, come on, big money, big money. No whammies. Son of a... Am I doing something wrong? Well, egg on my face, I'll say. This is why you do your research, kiddies. So, I had some sources that I was using for my enemy bio research that said that it was a 75% chance to get a firebomb item from these guys using a Yoshi cookie in the original, that was then dropped down to a 60% chance in the remake. Double checking with the Mario Wiki, I don't know where those numbers came from, because apparently it is a 25% chance in the original and a 10% chance in the remake. That would explain why I'm not getting them. Oh my god, that's frustrating. Well, I'm gonna have to go back and refine some of my notes. Regardless, the firebomb item, if you manage to score one, is really, really good. That is flat fire damage that, yes, can be multiplied if an enemy is weak to it, applied to, I'm pretty sure, the entire enemy team. We're gonna be getting into those bomb items fairly soon, because those are going to be a surefire strategy for us towards the end of the game, maybe even mid-game. But right now, the only way that we have access to those is via Yoshi Cookie. I say just right now because very soon that's going to change. There are other enemies in the game that I will make note of. I'm going to be putting the stuff on screen with the proper percentages, just because I know that what I have written in my notes now is not correct. Bummer. But the enemies of note that we have seen before is the Boo enemy in the Karo sewers. He can drop a fright bomb. Snapdragons, they will drop a sleep bomb. Amanita from the forest maze, they will drop bad mushrooms. Those are essentially a free poison to the enemies, so it's the first time you can actually poison an enemy in the game. Lava Bubble, as we just discussed, gives fire bombs. Piranha Plants can give sleep bombs as well. And the incredibly rare Shy Rangers have a chance to drop Finesse Colas. Really, really good team-wide healing. Going forward, when we have a new enemy that has an item that is worth note, we're going to talk about it. On top of that, I'm going to tell you the proper percentages when that enemy pops up. I've got a little bit of research on my hands. Like I said, we're going to have a bit of a shorter episode today, and I think I'd like to end it off with one more chapter of Mario and the Incredible Rescue. This time, I'm not going to be doing it post-commentary, or I guess it would technically be pre-commentary because I already recorded it. It's a nice short one, and I thought I'd do it live, screw-ups and all. It's probably the shortest chapter recap in the entire list of my recaps, so I said, screw it, we'll just do it live. Chapter 6 of Mario and the Incredible Rescue takes us to the fabled Yoster Island. You now see why I wanted to end the episode off with this. This chapter is quite a simple one, with the gang meeting Yoshi, who offers to lead them to the next mushroom. Upon reaching it, they are attacked by Lakitu. Yoshi eats the Lakitu cloud, causing them to fall to the ground, allowing for the group to escape and find the next clue. This clue reads, "The next clue is mine." Wonder what that could mean. We'll discuss this in future episodes, I'll say. And by future episode, probably the next episode. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, y'all. We already know what's going on. And with that, I think we'll call it a much shorter episode here. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you did. And as always, I will see you guys next time at Moleville. See you guys then.